What is going on out there, peeps? I did a couple of videos questioning the actions of Lin Wood. I just thought it was a little snaky, and I had people going, "Oh man, why are you attacking the Patriots? What are you talking about?" I wasn't attacking any Patriots. I was questioning some of Lin Wood's actions. So I brought up a couple other things that are going on. It's kind of fishy. There's definitely something going on with this little group of people, these so-called darlings of the 17th letter movement. What the heck is happening? Now you have Lin Wood attacking Sidney Powell, Barnes, Michael Flynn, leaking tapes. Michael Flynn doesn't even believe in the 17th letter movement. Now, it makes him look like an opportunist. He went out and he sold shirts, does speaking engagements, did the little model, and then he said he believed it was a CIA operation. Well, he would know. So then I said to you guys, well, wait a minute. Is Lin Wood the fraud or is Michael Flynn the fraud? Because if Michael Flynn believed all along that the 17th letter movement was a CIA operation, why is he pushing everybody in that direction? And now that sounds sneaky. Sounds like a fraud. But Michael Flynn did something recently that you guys should be questioning again. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, because when you do, it helps us get past the algorithm that YouTube puts on us and keeps us from being shadow banned. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings and their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right, gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. That's right, head on over to Money Metals when you want to buy gold and silver. Keep in mind, if you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Hey, right now, a special offer for my audiences only. You have a chance to win 100 free American Silver Eagles. That's over $3,000 in value. And all you have to do is enter your email to win. That's it. That's right, there's no obligations to purchase. The link is down below in the description, so head on over there, enter to win. Yeah, between now and December 31st of this year to enter. The only way you can for sure not win 100 silver American Eagles is by not entering at all. So do yourself a favor and enter your email so you have a chance to win. As everyone is aware of an alternative website, the link is down below in the description. Over here, I post original content as well as other videos that have been banned from YouTube. It costs $3 a month to join for unlimited access, and all proceeds go to finding life's purpose. So come on over there and join us. Beware of scammers. That's right, people posing and pretending to be me. How you can tell us apart is real simple. If you post a comment and I respond, you will see a dark circle around my name. See this? It's either gray or black. I won't be sending you to WhatsApp, and I won't be sending you to Telegram or Telegraph or anything like that, nor would I be asking you for money. From time to time, I will be using material that's considered copywritten. I post this just to show that I am exercising my fair use rights. There's no doubt something's going on, but you shouldn't be shooting the messengers when people say, hey, time out for a second. Does anybody else notice something? Does anybody else see what I see? Like I said, don't let your devotion blind you so much that you tend to just see the good and not pay attention to the bad or ignore the bad side of what's going on just because they're on your so-called team. People are like, well, Lynn is a religious man. He's a holy man. And I said, what? Just because the guy quotes scripture, don't make him a holy man. And then I said, look at Jim Jones, David Koresh, how Charlie Manson's followers thought he was Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not saying that Lynn is not a holy man. I was just trying to make a point. I believe Lynn is sincere in his beliefs. Absolutely, I do. But that doesn't exempt him from still being a man who will commit a sin from time to time. But watching his actions of him attacking the other members of the so-called movement, I thought was some snaky stuff. Recording them and releasing audios, that's real snaky. But I kind of get where Lynn's coming from, maybe, but I certainly wouldn't have done it that way. It's causing a huge rift. But listening to the fact that Michael Flynn said that he thought this 17th letter movement was a CIA-controlled operation blew my mind. Then that makes you take a step back and go, well, wait a minute. He's the one guy that would know, and if he knew this, why would he lie to followers or lie to supporters, mislead supporters, and then guide them down the path that is controlled by the CIA? You have to question these things and not go, oh my God, you're attacking another patriot. Are they a patriot? Here's my thing. Why aren't more of you upset at the fact that Michael Flynn might have known all along that the whole 17th letter movement was put together by the CIA, and he had everybody go along with it? Why wouldn't that piss you off? So don't get mad at people who make videos and go, hey, have you guys seen this? What the heck is going on here? Has nothing to do with attacking patriots. Has nothing to do with black cats or shills. What you should be doing is going, what the hell is going on? Now, there's another recording of Michael Flynn. So what is the purpose? What was your reason for supporting the 17th letter movement? I supported it and I liked it. I didn't get all sucked into it like a lot of other people, but I did think it was very interesting, that's for sure. But I was also very weary. I told you I had a friend, got me in the habit of questioning everything, and that's what I do. But I was a huge supporter. I kept hoping. I didn't get all tied into the whole JFK Jr. thing, and that I didn't get into that crap. That's getting way overboard. And you can understand why now people think supporters of the QAnon movement are loony. Because that's who the media highlights. Those handful of individuals who really take it to that extreme. And not to mention, we got these so-called truthers in YouTube telling people that JFK Jr. is alive and that this is going to happen and he's going to show up on this day and this is going to do this and this and that. And when they don't happen, they always have some excuse. You have to take a step back, you guys. Don't separate yourself from reality and get caught up in this delusion. The movement itself was a great movement. Just like in the Sarah Jacera, there's all these crazy, wacky stories of, well, the President Bill Clinton had a gun to his head and they forced him to sign a contract. No, they wouldn't. No. You see, any court would go, a contract signed under duress is an invalid contract. And if you just take a step back again and add a little common sense, none of that makes sense. Why do you need to go through such extremes? Like everybody talking about the clones and all that. I'm like, oh my God, really? And telling you guys and showing you proof that nobody's been to Gitmo. All the people that they're saying been to Gitmo, it's a lie. And then I tell you that C-Vine knows. And then even then they're like, well, there's always an excuse for people to ignore the facts. That's called cognitive dissonance. Don't get yourself so brainwashed that you refuse to see the proof in front of your face. Then get all pissy when someone like me comes along and goes, hey, you probably should be a lot more grounded, take a step back. When people start killing themselves over the information that's out there, that's when you really have to be concerned. Now, there's nothing wrong with supporting the movement. Just don't get involved with all the wacky parts of the story. I still think we should actively promote this with all the protests going on around the world. And a lot of you do know protesters. You guys know organizers in these protests. You should get them to take a look at this list instead of just saying no jabs or no lockdowns or no mask. And now's the time because the numbers are growing in the resistance. Tell them, in addition, we want a big chunk of these things on this list. This is the time to do it. Unfortunately, there's people out there who think this thing is going to be magically announced and then everything is done. There's no proof of that. I went through and made videos on the things that I could prove. That was it. Now, whether you call it Nasera Jacera or, whatever you want to call it, I didn't even care what the name of it was. All I wanted to know was, are these items on here even possible? And they are. This, to me, is more realistic. I don't need this Saint Germain's and the 17 miles and the clones. I don't need all that. And if you decide to try to push this to the people in the protest, don't give them the story about the clones and the 17 miles ago, because then you're just going to lose them. They're going to look at you like you're loony. Just say, hey, look, this is something in addition to us preventing that crap being shot into our body, us wearing masks. We also want this because we deserve it. Forgiveness of debt, taxes done the right way, a return to the Constitution. I understand that some of you are in other countries, but whatever your version is of your Constitution that you feel strongly about, all of these things right here are a realistic list. This is a realistic list. That's what I think we should be talking about with these protesters. Now, getting back onto my point, there's something going on. And everybody's like, who's deep state? Who's deep state? You got Lin Wood calling everybody deep state. And it's like, oh man, they're really just, and the media loves this and they get to have fun with it. This is what you don't want. The media is not on this side of the game. Every day in the media, I can guarantee you're going to see the same stories. Either something about the QAnon people or something about the January 6th event. And you're definitely going to see any and all stories attacking Trump at all levels. Now, here we go. Feds are asking questions about Sidney Powell and her pro-Trump group. Well, what pro-Trump group are we talking about? The weird thing is we don't hear very much about their lawsuits going on. The last I heard, Michael Lindell, who I think is probably the one true, sincere, and honest person out there right now, fighting like hell for our country out of all these people. So what is the Kraken got going on? I haven't heard about any of these guys in a long time. So these guys are imploding. I got Sammy Davis Jr. in the background here. All right, don't lie, it looks like him. But what's going on? So now you got Lin Wood released that recording of Patrick Barnes, the Overstock CEO, in which he's questioning the money that was donated to Sidney Powell and her charitable organization. And now that recording gave the deep state exactly what they needed. And look at this. They're going to probe into the financial dealings because of the released recordings. So now again, you have to question, why the hell is Lin Wood doing this? Because now this is putting a lot more scrutiny on these individuals. So they're so busy fighting, and the media's covering that and not telling us what's going on with the trials with the Dominion people. So now the Kraken is going to be getting investigated. And they're going to start calling in all these people. So you can see here it says in the phone call, Wood surreptitiously recorded that Barnes claimed Michael Flynn and his brother Joseph quit the group in April after Powell refused to allow an audit of defending the Republic's accounts. Well, why would you deny an audit if you guys are all in the same group together, on the same team, and you're pushing the same organization? Why would you hide those types of things? And you can see here that Powell had received a wave of donations in the aftermath of the election after being praised by Rush Limbaugh. But the donations were often given haphazardly, sometimes in dollar bills and quarter taped of postcards and okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, a lot of money went somewhere. A projected budget for defending the Republic filed with the state of Florida listed only $7 million in revenue for a group. What was being said was 20 to 30 million was actually donated. So how come only 7 million was reported? This is what I'm talking about, you guys. Do you see how their actions reflect on everybody involved. Now all your family members and friends that you've been fighting with and you guys don't talk no more and you got removed off the friend list and the whole 9 yards, they already think you're wacky as it is. Now you have this happening, and now they're gonna go, oh yeah, okay, you're cracking, she stole money, or Michael Flynn, he doesn't even believe in the movement, or Lynn Wood, that guy's off his rocker, man. You know what I mean? Do you see what's happening here? This is again why I say don't put your faith in the people. You need to put your faith in God. Putting your faith in his people, you can see they're fallible. They're human. So we don't know exactly what's going on, but I can tell you this doesn't look good. But like Linwood said, all truths will be revealed. Because if these people start going under investigation and they can't account for stuff, not only do they have the Dominion voting machines to deal with, they're going to have a lot more. You can see Patrick said here, he's the CEO. While working as the Defending Republic CEO, is it Byron? Is that what it is? Byron. Said he became concerned that Powell was using the money for herself and may have potentially violated the law in the process. Byron said that he had determined that he faced no legal liability himself, but had been tempted to drop a dime on Powell. So now Patrick's turning on Sidney Powell. And you think this is attacking patriots? Well, if all these people are guilty with what the other people are accusing them of, you really think these people are patriots? So let me ask you this. Here's my question to you guys. What is it exactly that Michael Flynn did for you and this movement? He didn't believe in it, and he said he thought it was a CIA operation. What were his contributions? What were the contributions to this movement and all of you from Sidney Powell? What did she do? What did Linwood do? What is his contributions to this movement? Now I know they had filed cases, but some of them were dismissed for procedural reasons, which is a real amateurish thing. We're talking about Sidney Powell, the so-called Kraken. This was embarrassing. So they went to fight on behalf of 45. And what did any of them accomplish? Rudy Giuliani went to these hearings with, I can't think of her name, the other lady, she's really nice, and for the life of me, her name's slipping my mind. And then they had public hearings. That was something big because we had opportunity to listen to witnesses. They had hearings. It was televised and needed to get out. The one person that hands down, nobody could doubt is Mike the Pillow Guy. That man is fighting like hell. He's doing these shows. He's bringing evidence. He's going to court. He's doing interviews. He is fighting like hell to save this country. So you can't even question his contributions. He's given up millions. His company's taken some serious hits. He's lost sponsors. He's making true sacrifices. So what were the sacrifices of Linwood, Michael Flynn, and Sidney Powell? Am I missing something here? Because you guys are going to go, oh, you're attacking the Patriots. Am I? Because it seems to me more like I'm questioning them. Attacking them would be going, oh man, those, I'd be, that's attacking them. I'm questioning them. Lynn Wood is blowing the doors off of all these people, and in return, this entire movement has now imploded and it turned into an effing joke, which is exactly what the deep state would want. It makes you wonder, is any of this on purpose? In June, the press conference, Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried said defending the Republic was found to be soliciting contributions from the state of Florida or from persons within the state of Florida on the internet without having filed in the state of Florida as a charitable organization. Well, these guys are supposed to be professional lawyers. How come they didn't know this? How come this wasn't done? Maybe some of you guys know what really happened. But it would seem to me, if these guys are the lawyers that they claim to be, why would you get your cases dismissed for procedural reasons? Why would you not know to file as a charitable organization in a state in which you're soliciting charitable donations? A lot of real shady stuff, you guys. A lot of it. And how come you aren't questioning this? But then kill the one person who's trying to bring this to your attention. So you can see here, Powell did go ahead as part of their agreement to fill out and register properly. and she submitted a projected budget of over $7 million. Now, the settlement agreement also requiring Defender Republic to submit an audited financial statement for the group's operations between December 2020 and July 2021. So the deadline is today. Are we going to find out what happened? What other new dirt are we going to find on these people? You see, you would think if you're going to step into the positions that they did, become the heroes, not just here in America, but around the world, that you knew you would be under the most severe scrutiny ever. There's no doubting that at all. The most severe scrutiny, especially from the deep state. And you do these types of things? So under Fried's tenure, Florida Agriculture Commission, her department has pursued high-profile investigations involving charitable organizations accused of wrongdoing. In 2009, her office investigated consumer complaints about a charity, We Build the Wall, run by the veteran and former Trump aide Steve Bannon. The investigation led to a federal indictment of both these men on fraud and money laundering charges. Wow. So it seems like all of these big name people are caught up in some real sketchy things. To me, this is snaky. People should be questioned. Stop defending these people blindly. These would be the last people if they're going to do this crap. Now, again, allegedly, we don't know. I do want the truth to come out. But if we find out that, in fact, they were frauding people, they were stealing donations and using it the wrong way, not doing what they're told, having cases dismissed for procedural reasons, what the hell is Lynn Wood doing releasing recordings? But it's good to know. Now we know the truth about Michael Flynn. What the hell is Michael Flynn doing leading people down what he believed to be a CIA operation? What the hell is Sidney Powell doing with all the donations? Now again, this is the news and you know it's already slanted. We're just missing the other side of this story. But some of these we know is true. Michael Flynn's recording, that's true. But there's another thing that Michael Flynn did that you should be aware of. But to bring things back just a little bit, remember, the whole 17th letter movement was for us to restore God and country. We were going after the deep state, the Illuminati, the New World Order, the globalists, whatever you want to label them. Whatever name you wanted to label them. We were going after them. We were going to get rid of the evildoers and restore things back to the way they should be. Giving our nation back as a free nation, giving people back their rights to do what they please within certain limits. Like Trump said, people around the world should have the right to love who they want to love, worship what gods they want to worship, and live their lives peacefully without anybody intruding on them. Period. That's your inalienable rights. I love that lecture that he gave. But then I see this about Michael Flynn, and again, you have to question his actions, people. Question the actions. This isn't attacking. This is saying to you, hey, have you seen this? Shouldn't we be concerned about this? So what do we know about the NWO? We all know the deal. The New World Order, which is the World Economic Forum. What do they want? One world government, one world currency, one world religion.
And they're talking about the United States of America. Talking about the United States of America, because when Matthew mentioned it in the Bible, he wasn't talking about the physical ground that he was on. He was talking about something in the distance. So if we are going to have one nation under God, which we must, we have to have one religion, one nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together.
One religion? First of all, I don't support any man-made religion. Nor do I think God supports any man-made religion. A one-world religion. He just didn't say here. He went on to elaborate that everybody. Let's listen again.
And they're talking about the United States of America. Talking about the United States of America, because when Matthew mentioned it in the Bible, he wasn't talking about the physical ground that he was on. He was talking about something in the distance. So if we are going to have one nation under God, which we must, we have to have one religion, one one nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together.
See, he starts off with, we're not just talking about America. And then he tried to say, hey, when Matthew was talking, he wasn't talking about the ground he was standing on. Well, was Matthew here in the United States? No. He's almost alluding to the fact that the world must be under one religion, worshiping one God. One more time, listen.
And they're talking about the United States of America.
See what he's saying? Starts off with, they're talking about United States of America.
Talking about the United States of America, because when Matthew mentioned it in the Bible, he wasn't talking about the physical ground that he was on. He was.
See what he's saying? Pay attention to the wording. When Matthew said in the Bible, he wasn't just talking about the ground he was standing on. So it starts off with Flynn saying, hey, not just talking about America, not talking about just the United States, and then goes right into the Bible saying, hey, Matthew wasn't just talking about the ground he was standing on. Matthew wasn't here. He's going to go ahead, and I think he catches himself because you can see real quick he changes things. He tries to change things up. Listen.
Talking about something in the distance. So if we are going.
What's in the distance? See, I think he's catching himself. He's realizing what he sounds like.
Going to have one nation under God, which we must. We have to have one religion, one nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together.
So, you see what he said? We have to have, sure, first it was the nation, and then he said, then we all.
One nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together.
It almost appears that Michael Flynn is pushing a one world religion. Now, I'm just questioning it. I'm just saying it almost appears that way. Don't attack the messenger. What do you guys think? I'll play it one last time without interrupting and listen to what he says. Remember, he starts off with the United States, but then goes into Matthew wasn't just talking about the ground he was standing on. It's almost like he was getting ready to say he means the world, but he kind of catches himself. So listen.
And they're talking about the United States of America. Talking about the United States of America, because when Matthew mentioned it in the Bible, he wasn't talking about the physical ground that he was on. He was talking about something in the distance. So if we are going to have one nation under God, which we must, we have to have one religion, one nation under God and one religion under God, right? All of us together, working together.
Yikes, man. You know, that's questionable. And I know there's going to be people defending him going, no, he's just talking about here. No. So again, I say to you, shouldn't you at least question the actions and the words these people are saying? This isn't attacking patriots. This is questioning the so-called super patriots' actions because they look more detrimental than they do promising. This guy is an intelligence master. He worked for the deep state for decades. Now, I'm not saying Michael Flynn is deep state, but you have to question the fact that he, again, thought the QAnon movement was a CIA operation and encouraged people to follow it. That's all I'm saying. You guys let me know what you think. I still think the Nasera Jacera thing we should promote to these protesters because that's something realistic, and don't bring up the clones, please. Thank you. Anyways, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. I'm out.